Hi, my name is Mike Montgomery, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install your sliding barn door hardware from Industrial by Design. This video is to show you my experience behind hanging my door and hopefully help you learn something along the way. Don't forget this video is supplementary to any written instructions included with your hardware, as well as any more information on the Industrial by Design website. And don't forget to wear safety glasses, as well as to get any help if you're lifting anything that's too heavy. And with that, let's get started. The first step to install the hardware is to install your rail. So I found my stud and then I marked 1 11/16 inch higher than the height of my door. Then I got a drill bit and drilled out one of my holes. And once I knew that I was drilling into the 2x4 framing, I got my hardware and started installing my first bolt. Now the pre-drilled holes on the rails make it really easy to install, because once you get one in, you should be lined up with the rest of your studs, because they're typically spaced 16 inches on center, the same as on the rail. If your studs aren't spaced 16 inches apart, or if you need your bar lined up off of the studs, you can always use a header board to make it line up wherever you want. And now that my rail was level, I could go ahead and pre-drill and install all the rest of my bolts. And once they're in, it should be really sturdy. Next, I need to install the strap and casters on my door, and this is made really easy with a speed square and a spacer block that I cut to 1 13/16, the exact measurement that the bottom of the caster needs to be away from the top of the door. And once I had everything clamped down, it was as simple as drilling holes and then feeding the bolts through. Now each hardware kit is going to come with 2 sets of bolts for hanging your door, a long one and a short one. My door used the short one. And of course, if you don't have a table saw or a way to make that spacer, you can always just use a tape measure. This is just an easy way to make everything consistent. And after getting everything finger tight, I used a wrench to tighten everything down. And with my casters on the door, I could go ahead and hang it. It was a real relief knowing that I measured and set everything right. And now I could go ahead and get my 2 door stops and install them. Now I did need to take off the bolts off of each end so that I could get the door stop through. You may or you may not have to do this. Either way, it's a really simple task. Once you have the door lined up where you want it to stop, go ahead and tighten down the 2 Allen keys at the top of the door stop. And once I had my door stop where I liked it and all set, I could go ahead and put my bolt back in. My next step is to install the floor guide. This makes sure that the door tracks properly and doesn't hit the wall. I had to drill through concrete, so this is a 1/4 inch masonry bit. Once I had it all through, I set my anchors into the floor and then was able to screw in my 2 screws. Now this piece rides inside of a groove on the bottom of the door, and I was able to make mine using what's called a trim router with an edge guide. This made sure that my groove was a consistent distance from the edge all the way across. Now a router with a straight bit is just one way to do it. You could also do it with a circular saw or a router with different types of bits. However you make it, you just want to make sure that the door can't hit the wall or come too far forward. My final step was to install the plastic caps on top of the door, between the top of the door and the rail. And what this does is make it to where if the door gets rocked or jarred in any way, it can't come off the rails. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope this answered any questions that you might have had. And don't forget to check the Industrial by Design website for more information along with the written instructions. Thanks a lot. My name's Mike Montgomery, and we'll see you next time.
抖音